Welcome to our channel. In this video, we should pass journal entries of various transactions relating to discount. So let's begin. Some important transactions relating to trade discount and cash discount are taken into consideration for passing journal entries. So before passing journal entries of various transactions relating to discount, we must clear certain concept on discount. That is, generally discount is a concession which is allowed by seller to the buyer or by the receiver to the giver. So it is broadly divided into two types. One is our trade discount and another one is our cash discount. Generally, trade discount is allowed by the seller to its buyer in order to enhance sales volume. That means if a seller allows trade discount, then it can sell huge quantities of its commodities or products. So trade discount is the discount which is allowed in order to enhance sales volume or the quantity of the sales. Whereas cash discount is allowed in order to encourage to make a prompt payment. That means if we allow cash discount, then our debtors very much encouraged to make the payment before the due date. So cash discount is allowed to encourage for prompt payment. And then come to our next important point. Generally, trade discount is allowed on the list price, whereas cash discount is allowed on the selling price, and trade discount is allowed for both cash transaction and credit transaction. That means trade discount is allowed by the seller for both in case of cash sales or cash purchase, or it may be allowed in case of credit sales or credit purchase. Whereas our cash discount is only allowed on cash transactions. That means we should avail cash discount in case of cash purchase and cash sales. Generally, our trade discount should not be recorded in our books, whereas our cash discount should be recorded in the books. That means when it is allowed, cash discount should be recorded and also it is deducted. But in case of trade discount, it is only deducted from the list price. That means it is only a reduction on the list price, whereas cash discount is a reduction on the selling price, as well as it should be recorded in the books, but trade discount should not be recorded in the books. So these are the basic concept of our trade discount and cash discount that should we come across while passing journal entries of various transactions relating to our discounts. So now come to our given transactions one by one. So our first transaction is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 at 10% trade discount. In this transaction, we should find out which accounts should be affected. So here our purchase account and cash account should be affected, but when it is given that it is a credit transactions or when the name of the supplier is given, then we should treat it as a credit transactions. In that case, our creditor's account or the name of the creditor account should be affected. But as it is nothing is mentioned, so we assume that it is a cash transaction. So in the particular transaction, our purchase account and cash account should be affected. So here, as we are using purchase account for the goods, so it is a nominal account and cash is a real account. Then we should identify what is the nature of the accounts in the particular transactions. So as we are purchasing the goods, so it is a expenses, and as we are purchasing goods by making payments, so no doubt our cash should be goes out. Then we should identify which account should be debited and which account should be credited in the given transaction by applying the golden rules, that is the rule of the nominal account: debit all expenses losses, credit all incomes and gains. Real account rule is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. So here our purchase account should be debited and our cash account, as it is goes out, should be credited. So in the given transactions, our purchase account should be debited and cash account should be credited. But before passing journal entries, we should find out the amount should be debited and the amount should be credited. So here the list price of the goods is 30,000 and there is a trade discount allowed by the seller, that is 10%. So the 10% of our 30,000 is 3,000. So it is should be deducted from the list price, because our trade discount is only a reduction on the list price. We cannot record it in our books, so our journal entry should be purchase account to debit rupees 27,000 to cash account rupees 27,000, and our narration is being purchased goods at a 10% trade discount. So the journal entry of our first transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 at 10% trade discount, is purchase account debit 27,000 to cash account. So as the trade discount is only a reduction, that means we should deduct the discount amount from the list price. So here 30,000 minus 3,000, that is our 27,000. So in our journal entry we should record 27,000. Now come to our second transactions, which is totally similar with our first transaction, but only difference is that in case of first transaction there was cash discount, but in case of our second transaction it is given that cash discount 10% is allowed. So in this transaction also our purchase account and cash account should be affected. As we are getting the cash discount, so another account should be affected, that is our discount account. So it is a nominal account. So here we should apply the rules of the nominal account in order to identify whether it should be debited or credited. So as we are purchasing the goods, that means we are receiving some discount. So it is a income or it is a gain for us. So it should be credited. And as it is a cash discount, so it should be recorded in our journal entries. So our journal entry should be purchase account debit 30,000 to cash account 27,000 and to discount account 3,000, and narration is being purchased goods at 10% cash discount. So the journal entry of our second transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 at 10% cash discount, is purchase account debit to cash account to discount account. In case of first transaction, there is a trade discount is given, so it is only a reduction. That's why we should not record it in our journal entry. But whereas in case of second transaction, it is given that it is a cash discount, so it should be recorded in our books. So our journal entry should be purchase account debit to cash account to discount account. Now come to our third transaction, that is sold goods of rupees 30,000 at 10% trade discount. So in this particular transaction, our sales account and cash account should be affected. So here our sales account is a nominal account and our cash account is real account. So we have to find out the nature of the concerned accounts in our given transactions. So as we are selling the goods, so here sales is our income, which should be credited as per the nominal account rules. And as we are selling the goods, so no doubt cash comes in, so it should be debited. So our journal entry of the transaction is cash account should be debited and sales account should be credited. But before passing the journal entry, we should find out what should be the amount credited and debited. So as here 10% trade discount is given, so it is a only reduction from the list price. So here 10% of the 30,000, that is 3,000. So our amount should be recorded, that is 27,000, that is 30,000 minus 3,000. So our journal entry of third transaction, that is sold goods of rupees 30,000 at 10% trade discount, is cash account to debit to sales account, that is 27,000 and narration is being sold goods at 10% trade discount. Now come to our fourth transactions, which is very much similar with our third transactions, but only difference is that in case of third transaction, it is trade discount is given, whereas in our fourth transaction, it is cash discount is given. So as the trade discount is not recorded in our books. So we should not consider trade discount in the third transactions, but in case of fourth transaction, cash discount should be recorded in our books. So we should consider another account, that is discount account. Discount account is also belongs to our nominal account category. So here we should apply the rules in order to identify whether it should be debited or credited. As here we are selling the goods, so we are allowing discount, so it is considered as a expenses or loss for the organization, so it should be debited. So our journal entry should be cash account debit, discount account debit 3000, and sales account should be credited by rupees 30,000, and narration is being sold goods at 10% cash discount. So the journal entry of our fourth transaction, that is sold goods of rupees 30,000 at 10% cash discount, is cash account debit, discount account debit to sales account. So now come to our fifth transaction, that is purchased goods of rupees 30,000 at 20% trade discount and 10% cash discounts. In all above case, there is only a single discount is present, that is either cash discount is given or a trade discount is given. In this situation, our list price, that is 30,000, which is taken as the list price in case of trade discount, and the same amount, that is 30,000, is also considered as selling price in case of cash discount. But in case of our purchased goods of rupees 30,000 at 20% trade discount and 10% cash discount, that means when both the discounts are present, before passing journal entries, first of all we should work out the amount should be debited and the amount should be credited. So in this transaction, our list price is rupees 30,000 and 20% trade discount, that is 6,000, should be deducted as per the rules, that is 24,000 should be our selling price. Then we should find out 10% cash discount on the selling price, that is 2,400. So our actual selling price is 21,600. As the trade discount is only a reduction on the list price, so it should not be recorded in our books, but cash discount should be recorded in the books. So now we have to identify which accounts should be affected in the given transaction. So here, as we purchase goods of rupees 30,000 at 20% trade discount and 10% cash discount, so our cash account, discount account and purchase account should be affected. So purchase account is a nominal account category and cash account belongs to real account category, and discount account also belong to nominal account category. Then we have to identify what is the nature of our concerned accounts in the given transactions. So as we are purchasing, so it is a expenses, so purchase account should be debited, and as cash is goes out, so it should be credited as per the rules. Then come to our discount account. It is a nominal account, so as we are purchasing the goods, so we are receiving discount here, so it is a gain for the organization, or it is a income for the organization, so it should be credited. So our journal entry of the fifth transaction is purchase account debit to cash account to discount account. So the journal entry of our fifth transaction is purchase account to debit rupees 24,000 to cash account rupees 21,600 to discount account rupees 2,400, and the narration is being purchased goods at 20% trade discount and 10% cash discount. Now come to our sixth transaction, that is sold goods of rupees 30,000 at 20% trade discount and 10% cash discount. As both trade discount and cash discount is present, so first of all we should work out which amount should be debited and which amount should be credited. So similarly we should find out the trade discount and cash discount of the given transactions, as we are taking similar or the same amount, so our cash discount and trade discount should be remain same. So here we have to identify which account should be affected. So as we are selling the goods, so our sales account, cash account and discount account should be affected, and as it sales belongs to our nominal account, cash belongs to real account, and discount account belongs to our nominal account category. So we have to identify what is the nature of the concerned account in our given transactions. So as here we are selling the goods, so no doubt it is a income for us, so it should be credited, and cash as it comes in, so it should be debited, and as we are allowing a discount at the time of the sales, so it is a loss or expenses for the organization, it should be debited. So our journal entry of the given transaction should be cash account to debit rupees 21,600, discount account to debit rupees 2,400, to sales account rupees 24,000, and our narration is being sold goods at 20% trade discount and 10% cash discount. So the journal entry of sold goods of rupees 30,000 at 20% trade discount and 10% cash discount is cash account to debit, discount account to debit, to sales account. Now come to seventh transaction, that is received from Ramesh rupees 29,000 in full settlement of 30,000. That means here we are receiving 29,000, but our settlement of 30,000 is made. So here 1,000 should be treated as our discount. That means 30,000 here settled, but we are receiving 29,000 instead of 30,000. So 1,000 should be treated as cash discount. So in this particular transactions, first of all we should identify which accounts should be affected. So here our Ramesh account, cash account and discount account should be affected. So as the Ramesh is the name of a person, so it is a personal account category, cash is a real account category, and discount is nominal account category. So here Ramesh account belongs to our personal account, and cash account belongs to real account, discount account belongs to nominal account. So then we have to identify the nature of our concerned accounts in the given transactions. So as we are received from Ramesh, so no doubt Ramesh is a giver, so it should be credited as per the golden rules. So here we are receiving money from Ramesh, so our cash comes in, so it should be debited, and as we are allowing discount during receiving the money, so it is a loss for the organization, so it should be debited. So our journal entry should be cash account debit, discount account debit to Ramesh account. So here cash account should be debited by rupees 29,000 and discount account should be debited by 1,000 and Ramesh account should be credited by 30,000, and our narration should be being received from Ramesh in full settlement. So the journal entry of received from Ramesh 29,000 in full settlement of rupees 30,000 is our cash account debit 29,000, discount account debit 1,000, to Ramesh account rupees 30,000. So now come to our 8th transaction, that is paid to Ramesh rupees 29,000 in full settlement of rupees 30,000. It is very similar with our 7th transaction, but only difference is that in case of 7th transaction we are receiving the money, but in case of 8th transaction we are making the payments to Ramesh. So in this transaction also Ramesh account, cash account and discount account should be affected, and we are making payments 29,000 instead of 30,000. So here we also receiving 1,000 cash discount. So our Ramesh account, as it is a personal account and we are making the payment to the Ramesh, so here Ramesh is receiver, so it should be debited according to the personal account rules, that is debit the receiver and credit is the giver. And as we are making the payment, so cash here goes out. It should be credited as per the real account rules, that is debit what comes in and credit what goes out. And discount account, as it belongs to nominal account and we are making the payments, that means we are receiving the discount here, so it is a gain for the organization, so it should be credited. So our journal entry of paid to Ramesh rupees 29,000 in full settlement of rupees 30,000 is Ramesh account debit rupees 30,000 to cash account rupees 29,000 to discount account rupees 1,000, and our narration is being paid to Ramesh in full settlement. So these are all about our journal entries of various transactions relating to trade discount and cash discount. So repeatedly watch this video to clear all your doubts and share it with all your friends. Thank you.